All right, here we are, darn near 30 degrees Celsius with a humidex, starting out from Oromocto. The great thing about a warm day is nobody's walking, nobody's biking. I been training for my whole life in this weather. I slowly get acclimatized to it, and it's not hard for me to go out in this type of weather. I'm just starting. It looks like you're just ending.
I'm just ending.
Yeah, so yeah, you go first.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Well, there are a few tough people out here. Army guys, I guess. Like I was saying, I won't encounter too many people today. I mean, if I pace myself like right now, I'm actually feeling a bit cool. I'm not sweating like I did back at the car. And once I get under the canopy here, it's actually like, geez, I bet 5 degrees cooler. So as long as I'm not like expending a ton of energy, the actual wind gives me a bit of a wind chill right now. Like yesterday, I think it's hitting close to 35, 36 humidex. I was in Fredericton, and when I stopped for a drink, that's when I started sweating. My whole trip back through the woods and on the trails and stuff, I hardly broke a sweat. So yeah, interesting. That's what you learn when you're out here. I would have thought, geez, I wouldn't have got 43 kilometers in yesterday. I'll try for a little bit more today. I don't know if I mentioned before, this was the old public works in Oromocto. Now that the town has grown, it's over on Blackwatch Avenue, up by the gateway, where all the tourists come in through Oromocto now. They route them in through one spot for money. Yeah, I'm gonna try keeping level 2, and I'm gonna sensibly pace myself and see. The Thorpe Walking Bridge in Fredericton yesterday, it was dead. There were no people walking downtown. I mean, I guess if you're working and you got your work clothes, you know, your nice clothes, you don't want to go out and get all sweaty. And I can understand that when I had a job. But it's nice for me, get to enjoy the place without the crowd. Today's what I'm going to call photo day or picture day. Get some photos. Test my bell. Sometimes my bell gets stuck or twisted. I need to warn people I'm coming through. I'm thinking today, if I pace myself at 20, I could probably do 3 hours and get a good baseline workout. I probably spoke about it in other videos, but I had my special energy drink, homemade, with 3 ingredients, 4 if you count the water. What is it, 40 grams of maltodextrin, 20 grams of fructose, and 2 grams of sodium citrate. That gives you salt, short-term energy and longer-term energy. So today I drank half a bottle starting because I need to keep my energy levels up. I didn't have a powerful breakfast. I didn't want to be too full on a hot day, so mainly liquids. And I got a backup bottle of Gatorade, so I got 2 bottles of my maltodextrin mix. That should last me technically about 2 hours on the low end for energy, and then bring it home with some Gator juice if I need to. Since I've been energizing myself properly, I've had way less muscle fatigue and better recovery times. The other important thing is sleep. You gotta bank some sleep if you're gonna train like this. I did lower my tire pressure just a little bit. I've been finding the higher tire pressures are like harder on my hands, wrists, and arms and shoulders. I know there's some rolling resistance, but it doesn't really seem to affect battery mileage or leg mileage. Today we're going to try slow and steady wins the race. Yesterday I had it up a level or two for a bit more speed, but we'll see today. It's brutally hot today. Oh, you can feel how cool it is under the canopy. Trees are so important. Wow, what a difference. Want to get cool? Go under a tree. Yeah, level 2, I'm doing a lot of the work right now, so we'll keep it at that. I mean, it's lighter work, lower speed. I mean, there's no denying it. It is muggy. I mean, I can feel the dampness, especially coming through here. It's funny, the Ttail bike Tour model that I'm on right now has a dual setting, cadence sensing and torque sensing. And right now I prefer torque, like my other bike, which only has torque. Somehow, I don't know, I get pretty good mileage out of torque, and somehow I can manage better. And I've explained in past videos, your torque setting, the harder you press the pedal, the more assist you get. Whereas in cadence, the more you press, nothing happens. It's the more you turn. So technically with cadence, if you apply torque, you'll save a lot of battery. But I don't know, maybe it's just me, or starting out with a torque sensor, that I prefer torque in this bike. Anyway, I'm fortunate to have two bikes to be able to compare that stuff to. Everything's drying up. Turning into meadows now. I think I'm going to cross the Thorpe Walking Bridge and I'm going to head up along the Nashwaak River until I hit 60%. I'm going to allow 40 out and 40 back, leaving me a 20% buffer, which on these bikes I find 15's pretty well it. '15, it starts giving up the ghost, as they say. I think last night we had a bit of rain here. It sprinkled in Burton, but the clouds weren't looking good here and towards Geary. And the trail does look damp, and humidity levels are high. Just what we need. I guess it's good to give a little narration to where I'm at. I mean, who would know this is Nashwaaksis Road? I mean, you lived here, you would. And I've said it a lot before. But I'll just keep adding it because you might not have seen the other videos. Maybe this is your first one or most interesting one. And a lot of people said I should be talking more and explaining things. Like, for example, this is a nice shot. I gotta play tourist a little bit more. Excuse my stop, but just some nice beauty. Oh, look at that, and that little pond in there. Too bad the trees are in the way. Some nice scenery, that's one thing. You sure get to slow down and see a lot of nice scenery. Not the same as hiking. I mean, you can cover more distance on the bike than hiking, but hiking really allows you to stop and see a lot more, but not more quality, less covering distance. Of course, if you're in a car, you're going to see even less than on a bike. And in a plane, you're going to see even less, but you know, up higher. So, you know, everything has its place and its price. Now, this road is in Richmond Estates, just outside Lincoln and back of kind of the airport, on the flight path. And then there's a second road just up ahead that's also Richmond Estates. I wanted to buy a piece of land here back at the turn of the century to build a house, but the road wasn't certified yet, meaning there'd be no electricity. And I think it was 2 to 3 years after I looked at that property that it was actually good to build on. Of course, realtors will tell you, oh yeah, buy it. Yeah, oh yeah, poles are going in. Yeah, they're planning, this summer. Yeah, BS. So this is Richmond Estate to the airport run. It's pretty straightforward. I do notice on these hot 30+ days, the battery appears to have a little more life, and it's just like electric cars or even gasoline powered cars. The difference between winter and summer in both is staggering. My Subaru gas vehicle, right now I've got 6 to 650 kilometers per tank. In the winter that drops sometimes below 400 per tank. The same as EVs can lose 20 to 30% in the winter. No different for bikes. My spring runs were decent, but you do get a little more mileage in the spring on these bikes. Once the battery draws, it starts to warm up internally, which gives you more distance. I've gotten back with like 20% and then went out a couple hours later and my battery would show 12% because it actually cooled off in the garage from its internal resistance and usage. So the idiosyncrasies of electricity and storage devices. I'm waiting for a solid state battery that you can charge and go 10,000 kilometers. Wouldn't that be great? One charge per season. Geez, if that was the case, I'd probably never stop. I have done, the most I've done is 102 kilometers, but I had to put in a second battery. I carry a second battery with me. Speaking of batteries, my camera battery, an hour and a half should take me 30 kilometers. So I'm hoping to get an hour and a half out of the camera and then switch batteries for the trip back. Try to get a total of 60K in. Next month, almost a month from, well, a month from this past Wednesday, it's Friday, so 2 days shy of a month away will be August 1st. And I'm going to attempt to do 1,000 kilometers that month for sick kids, cancer, to raise money. Hey, you know, a few bucks here, a few bucks there. If I hadn't have done anything, I got 150 in donations, and I haven't really advertised yet. I don't care, you know, a little here, a little there. See, if I raise a couple hundred, I'd be happy. And the way I look at it is, it's going to put me through a lot for that month, but here I am out here while there's kids and even adults too, anyone in the hospital getting treatment, at home recovering. So it's going to give me probably 40 to 60 hours that month to contemplate and also be thankful that I'm healthy enough to do this and that I don't have any diseases yet, because you never know who's going to be struck down next. You need to enjoy every moment that you're able to. There, I've said my piece. Now, right now we are averaging 1% per kilometer, which is good for this bike because the bike's capacity is a little less than my Westridge off-road. I got a big battery, 20 amp battery, and this one's a 15 amp battery. Morning. So if you multiply your 48 volts by your amp hours, 15, I forget what it is, but well, I suppose you could go 5 by 48, so yeah. So we're a couple hundred watt hours less. Watts? Capacity? Oh, anyway. A little less on this bike. But, you know, the other bike is like 6 pounds heavier. That's not a big difference. Tires are 0.8 of an inch wider. I mean, I almost prefer the Ttail bike, but we've done some tests and we've measured other tour bikes and this one against the Westridge off-road, and when you break it all down from percentage to actual watt hours, it's been pretty close. It seems like no matter what bike you're riding in you know, from Ttail bike, no matter which bike, you still have the same watt hour usage to haul my rear end around. Now that's if you're not like overdoing it, high level. We're talking like, you know, level 2, 22 kilometers an hour, pacing ourselves. Nothing radical. I can get 1.5 or 2%, or if you just use the bare throttle, you can. I burned up as much as 3% per kilometer, which is quite high, but that's very inefficient. You're running at 100% all the time. You're basically just drawing current for nothing to overcome resistance, wind resistance, road resistance, rolling resistance, everything. So a little hotter out next to the runway here on the right. This is where I should go up a level. It is 30 through here, so I'll bump it up to about 28, 29 just to get out of this sun. Over time, these trees on the right will grow up. I don't know when they put this bypass in, when they extended the runway the first time. We're in the middle of a second expansion. Right now they're lengthening it, so that runway is closed. So we're getting a lot of air traffic over Burton so they can use the other runway. back under the trees again. A little sweaty out in the sun. Definitely conserving energy. Yeah, look, there is a downburst here last night. There's water. A lot of localized rain there last night and thunder showers. Moncton got a lot. I heard Ottawa, which far, far away, I heard Ottawa got a lot of rain and flooding. At least I can talk a bit more today. There's no bugs here. The other day there's those little green inchworms hanging from threads. I had a decorated green beard. My hair, helmet, bike, everything covered. And then in Fredericton, these little, I don't know what they were, little flies or mayflies, not mayflies, past May, but man, scads of bugs. You'd fly into them and could hear them pelting off my helmet. I was out with JF biking and we couldn't talk unless you wanted a mouthful of raw protein from the bugs. Yeah, a lot more rain here than there was yesterday. So last night I think it must have rained really good. Checking my bag in the back. It has quite the lean to it, but think anything? No, nothing's going to fall out. Just leaning. It leans in the direction of the kickstand, so all right, Nevers Road. All quiet on a Friday. Just going to tuck in here under the trees. See why my bag is turning so much. Well, I guess it's just the design. It looks pretty safe. It's not going anywhere. Geez, only 10K in. Whew. Feels like I've done 30. 10K, 90%. Yeah, wow. We're doing well on battery energy. I find about 20 kilometers an hour is prime for battery consumption, most efficient. It's also good for human energy consumption as well. Brr. Cool in here, really cool. Nice. Sure feel the humidity though. I think that rain last night really contributed to a lot of moisture that's lifting now. Yeah, the puddles have filled up a little bit. Need a helmet for safety, but oh, I'd rather wear a hat. I wonder if they have padded hats. I bet if I Google it, they'll have like some sort of padded ball cap for cyclists or something. If you can dream it up, it's already been invented or on the internet. According to my computer, I'm using 80 to 90% my energy right now. I got some photos here yesterday, so I'm not going to stop and get all sweaty again. I'll wait for a cooler day. You can't really tell in a photo how hot it is, so I'll wait for 20 degrees instead of 35. I'm definitely not going to try any subdivisions today. I couldn't imagine being on asphalt. Now I know there's higher elevations, and thank God it's windy today. Well, nice stiff breeze, maybe not windy, but it would be nice. But look at this new asphalt they just laid. Ooh, couldn't imagine the heat coming off of that today. No thank you, I'll stick to the woods. Yeah, this was definitely dry yesterday. On days like today, I won't do the evening run because it's too volatile. Things can pop up. I need maybe a maximum an hour and a half to get back to Oromocto. So I definitely can't outrun these thunderheads that build up at the last minute. So like last night was touch and go. I'm glad I wasn't out last night. Rains and thunder too, thunder and lightning. It sprung up really quick. getting, well, we are in Lincoln, but we're getting a lot closer to the other end of Lincoln near Fredericton. And Japanese knotweed is an invasive species that's been around since probably the 80s. You know, back in the 80s, oh, great for garden, it grows fast, nice flowers, beautiful plant. Yeah, it chokes the living heck out of everything. And I don't see any here. Where am I closest to? Lower Lincoln, what do they call it? Like, here's the church, the Catholic church here. Like, anytime soon we'll start seeing it. Not to be confused for some different plants. What's the name of those plants? Baby elms, small elms. Oh, anyway, I can't remember right now what they look like. But we're going to hit some spots up ahead here really soon, that is just polluted with Japanese knotweed. And it's gnarly, like you can't walk through it, animals can't get through it. There's nothing here in New Brunswick that likes it, you know, for food source or anything. It's basically, it just obliterates and chokes out everything so it can grow. And extremely hard to get rid of, like extremely. It's a losing battle, and it's all over Fredericton too. If I take the Salamanca, I can't even pronounce it, the trail down by the waterfront. We'll see it. I'll see if I can pronounce it better. Yeah, it's just polluted down there. It's everywhere. It can actually grow through asphalt. It can break up cement pads and foundations. You don't want it anywhere near any of your buildings at all. And it's a very invasive species. I know down near Fundy Park, they're monitoring it to eradicate it, but Alma has a lot of it, which isn't Fundy Park, but geez, wouldn't take much to spread. Dogwood, elm, not sumac. I just can't remember that other plant that it mimics, but it's very distinctive. No, that's not it. Well, we'll see it shortly. We're really close to it. Dogwood? Dwarf elm? If you're watching this video, you obviously have access to Google, so you can Google it. I want to get run over. I always watch, with my luck, something to be coming by. Oh, there's some of it. No, that's not it. No. Yeah, it's pretty distinctive. You can see it. I know it's right up ahead past the stop sign. I was here yesterday and I found absolutely crap loads of it. This is Glacier Road in Lincoln. If you go left, you can sneak up through into the industrial park and up to the Vanier Trail. I see some grapes. I don't know if they're a wild grape or probably somebody's grapes. Just up ahead. I don't know how it got there. I don't think the birds can poop out seeds. I think it's more from contamination, dumping compost with root pieces. Okay, now if you see up near the end of the trail on the left, and actually right here, right in front of me, this is, oh yeah, to the left of me in the front right here, This is Japanese knotweed. I'm going to slow down so you can turn the video, but that's knotweed. It's almost like bamboo. And up here is like, well, you can't quite see unless I raise the camera up, but here it's got to be at least 10 meters thick, front to back. And look at the length here. And it's so thick, all the old canes are in there, like nothing can get through at all. Like it's just, it blocks out and obliterates everything. So that's what that is right there. That's Japanese knotweed. So I guess we'll go right into Fredericton and take the Slampia. I'll have to look up the pronunciation of that when I get home. But we'll take that trail by the riverfront. Riverfront. Yeah, there's still a little bit of Japanese knotweed through here. It probably all stems from the same batch back there. It's not as thick through here. It's harder to find, but I'll show you some in Fredericton. Fredericton's got a real issue with it. And the problem is if you bring any accidentally, I'm not saying on purpose, but accidentally bring any compost, or you dig up these plants, you don't know what they are, and then you take them to the landfill, the compost landfill, and the roots survive, they spread, the rhizomes spread. So I mean, you can't know everything. My goodness, there's so many plants and invasive species. I guess in a way it's Mother Nature's way of changing the landscape, but normally how many tens of thousands of years would it take for these plants to make their way from Japan to North America and establish themselves? It's always humans. Nice breeze, that makes it a lot easier to ride. Put a little lemon juice in my concoction. There's no taste. Maltodextrin has no taste. I don't think we can get a hotter ride than this. Well, if you look straight ahead, wow, that's a weeping willow. I can't say I've seen one that big. Now, granted, it's on a hill, but that's pretty impressive. That's been here for a long time, I can tell you, a long time. Wow. Might block the view of the river, but it's a nice view. Lots of sumac. Squirrel. Oh look, a little brown squirrel. Definitely not a red squirrel or a chipmunk. Well, you can tell we're getting into the city. Now up to the left, they have some bike lanes on Lincoln Road that takes you up to, is it Lincoln Heights area? And the Vanier Industrial Park. There's a trail, takes you to the Vanier Trail. On the weekend, I do go to the agricultural place here, Department of Agriculture, or Data Research Center. Nice for walking and biking. I'm glad they haven't blocked that off from access because it's a beautiful area. Of course, stay out of the fields where they're testing crops and putting pesticides down, and just enjoy it. I know a lot of people used to slide on this hill in the winter, especially right here by the road. Nice steep little run. Oh. Yeah, nobody out today. It's just too hot for the majority of the population. I usually acclimatize myself to weather like this, ease into it, and then, hey, your body gets used to it. I don't know many people that are going to be out biking with a humidex of, what, 38 today? Well, there's little bugs, so I'm going to have to keep my mouth closed. Hopefully the wind blows them away. This area's been bad for whatever those are. Man, I hit a cloud of them there. Just glad I have glasses. Yeah. Every bloody time I go through here, I'm not even going fast. You see them just before you hit them. Ugh. It is a bit swampy here. Oh great, we got like 80-something% left on the battery. When I say oh great, I'm being sarcastic that I'm getting good mileage today, which means I'm going to be able to go further, which I really didn't want to. Like I said, we're going to go out to see how far 60 gets us today. Nice that they have water. Oh, that's great. In case I need a little bit. There's always some water sources around. That's what I like about the city, especially Fredericton. I have to hand it to the city of Fredericton when it comes to looking after people like recreation and trails. They're really good at what they do. It brings me in here to spend money dining out. There's a few spots I can whip in and buy some drinks, Gatorade or water if I need. Kilometers to the bridge. Oh, sorry, the Bill Thorpe Walking Bridge, not the Princess Margaret Bridge. Absolutely no one out today. Wow, any other cooler day, people would be littering the place. Oh, great day to cross the walking bridge to the north side. We'll see how much further we can get. Wow, I hardly spent any electricity. Oh yeah, I just noticed more of the Japanese knotweed. There's a lot of it through here, right into Fredericton. It's all over the place. I'm just wondering what's going to happen in the future. If it's actually going to choke out a lot of the restorative growth. You know, once these trees get old, you know, after a certain cycle, they will get old. Storms will knock them down. And then the knotweed will take over, and then nothing else can grow until you're full of that nasty plant. Look here on the left and the right. Like, this is all knotweed, and you can see all the dead undergrowth, bamboo-like undergrowth, dead stuff is all over the place. Like right here on the left, this is all knotweed. I'd rather see other things, sumac maybe. Yeah, I don't think that's original. Maybe some oaks, that would be local. Birch. I don't really like birch, but yeah. Oh, we got a few walkers. That's nice to see. The diehards like me. No cyclists yet. Maybe it's too early. And the Princess Margaret Bridge is up ahead. I could keep going straight by the university and right across the walking bridge, but since I found this spot down here on the waterfront, I really like it. And the road is closed, so we can just cut down through here. Salamanca, I still can't pronounce it. Salamanca Trail. Salamanca Trail. I remember back when I moved here, 2001, these houses are going for $400,000 or $500,000 each. Of course, that's 25 years ago. Mine was 130,000, so you know, 4 times that will put them at 1.6 now for house inflation. I don't know how much they're worth now, but see, I kind of like this trail. No roads, traffic, congestion. It's a good way to get to the downtown Fredericton, you know, fairly quick. Of course, like I said, all through here you can see the Japanese knotweed like everywhere. I can see plants scattered all over the place. Up ahead here you can see to my right, well, left here, left and right, you can see it. There's tons of it here. Look at that. Just a wall. You try getting through there. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Like you couldn't burrow your way through there. I'm gonna try to go out another 10K. Now it does show the trail here to my right, but that's through the field. I'll just go up. There's another trail, and I know there's a tiny bit of sidewalk, but this is actually designated a bike trail. I guess it's just where the sidewalk ends. See, the sidewalk ends here, but this is part of the downtown trail system. Yeah, my bell's working. I make sure that's working. Now, yesterday I was here. I didn't have video, but the soccer lines are done by a robot. Now I'm guessing it's a organic type paint or something, maybe a, who knows, a chalky mixture of something. Anyway, the guy had like a GPS type beacon set up, lowers this robot on the tailgate of a truck, and it drives around, orients itself, and then paints all the lines in. Now how cool is that? Because it's very labor intensive to do it by hand. Oh my God. And we have robots doing that. Yeah, here's a trail sign. And look what Fredericton does. Nice concrete pads where you can sit. Oh, Japanese knotweed. All kinds of knotweed. Wow. Look at it all in there. And more. And more. And more. Anyway, this is only my second ride, and I noticed it. So today I'm really looking forward just to see how far the spread is. All right, the walking bridge, you can see just over to my right here. We're going to be on it soon. There's basically no people. Well, I shouldn't say no. I don't see very many people. I'll just cut through this unofficial trail humans have made. Like 79. Geez, I didn't use a whole lot of battery today. Oh, washrooms here, that's nice. Park your bike, get it stolen while you're in the porta potty. All right, so watch out for bikes here. Oh my goodness, there's hardly anyone today. Guess it's way too hot for them. Actually, I don't even need battery power. It's the speed limit's 10 through here. So basically you can just use your own power. It's so smooth. Bertha Jean Hudson. Hey, it's Bertha. It's neat. I wish my camera was mounted a little bit higher so you could see better, but jet ski. That'd be fun. Instead, I'm on an e-bike. Nice breeze out here. A lot easier to pass through here today than some days. Temperature's just right, like in the low 20s. This place is packed. You'd be better off just walking by. So here we are at Picaroons here on the left, and I'm just going to head straight up for the Nashwaak. Actually, all right. Whew. 22 kilometers. Whew. Just a quick stop. Now I was going to go up the Nashwaak, but there's a nice spot here. Is this it? Oh, just up ahead. I think there's a bridge. Where's the bridge? Yeah, it might be just up ahead to go to the other side of the Nashwaak River. And everyone had to replace him. They brought in new people, and then other people left. Yeah. So. Not sure. It might be just up here a little further. Let's see. Look at this monarch habitat. You can see all the oh geez, I forgot the name. The food and stuff for the monarchs. Oh geez. Anyway, milkweed. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Devon lumber. Yeah, did I miss that? Might have missed, yeah, I think I missed the, oh, I missed the crossing for the river. Oh well, we'll just keep going up here. I think it's a sharp right after Picaroons. And there's an old train bridge goes across the Nashwaak River. And yeah, it's nice over there. It kind of, I don't think it dead ends. I think you can cut across, is it the Milltown Bridge? Yeah, there's more milkweed here. I was going to say it'd be a shame if, for example, the Japanese knotweed got in amongst the milkweed because it's a lot taller and chokes the milkweed out. Then the monarchs don't have a place to feed and breed, lay their cocoons, or spin whatever their cocoons. So that's just an example of what can happen when something comes in that's not part of our regular ecosystem. I mean, normally there should be some animal that would eat that stuff, and here it is here. Lots more of it. Wow, both sides. Every form of transportation. Of course, when you have asphalt, yeah, it's great. You can use skates. And what a way to get around. No battery, no gas, no problem. Falling ice and snow. I don't think so, Tim. Not today. Oh, look at this Japanese knotweed growing all along here. I'd be mowing that crap down. Look at it all in there. Wow. Today is the knotweed tour. But the milkweed is looking good. Hey, some lupins, they're at the end of their season. Choke cherries, so many things out right now. So much to see. Wow, today we're averaging 1% per kilometer. Now, to get a fair representation, I could change it the percentage times the wattage to get actual watts used, because percentage changes by battery capacity and so on. So, but I got a pretty good handle, comparatively speaking, about what I should be getting for battery mileage. Of course, later in the season my legs get stronger, so I can pedal more and rely on battery less. Nashwaak Trail. And we have our first runner. From one beard to another. Big wave. Cooler here. Trees make all the difference. Stretch out my legs on the downward spiral. Milltown Roasters. And that's it. Now we're into the gravel. Nice hard packed surface, but yeah, we'll go a little bit further here. I'm not worried about batteries so much, so we'll take a bit of a tour. Right by the river. I really love this spot. I'm going to come back here in the fall when the leaves change. We got the river, the leaves. There's some beauty up ahead for sure when we get to the bridge. City limits 2.8 kilometers. I'm checking my camera battery. We're getting down a little bit. Gonna have to do a swap out. 1 hour and 26 minutes. I figured we could get about 1 hour 40, so we're gonna be stopping soon and then turning around and heading back. like to get up to the bridge. I'm not sure where the big bridge is. I was only up here once before. Getting close to the city limits. Ah, here we are. This is what I was looking for. The bridge. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop here for a bit. There we go. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to swap this battery out. I may as well just let it run for a little bit, and then I'll switch out the battery for the return trip. I don't know what you can see here. Let me see if I can just